Good afternoon, I'm the Universe, this is the Potmen Chronicles, and today we have another fellow rum and bass DJ with us. JP, what up?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, man, no, it's completely a pleasure to always have any type of artist on this show. It's
bit of a stretch, but okay, I'll take it.
No, it's actually like a blast, because I mean, I can just figure out who you are as a person, and then everybody else can see and understand it at the same time, right? So getting started at that, as who you are as a person, what made you want to become a DJ?
Oh man, probably just seeing all the cool kids do it and wanting to be a cool kid, I guess.
Yeah?
Why not, right? If you can't beat them, just join them.
I see. Yeah, I've heard, that's actually the first time I've ever heard that, so. Yeah, everyone usually has this really like spiritually attuned thing, but I mean, at the same time, like, I understand like that if you can't beat them, join them, because for the longest time, I loved listening to it, and I was good singing at heavy metal, but I'd never sing for any of my friends that would like play music, and then finally one day they just drugged me into a room, and we were like, all right, here, 5 songs, and we just like laid it out. It sounded pretty good. It definitely started a different kick in my mind for sure.
Yeah, I always liked punk music and metal and stuff, and then I was the only one of my friends who liked it, so they were all raving and everything, so...
Really?
What the fuck, right? Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. Well, I mean, as long as you're making headway in life, right? Do you feel like this was a good choice to help you put you on, like, a different path?
It was a good way to, it was a good outlet for, you know, your energy growing up and all that. It's a good way to be a part of a community that's like, you know, nothing else. Lots of people come together for the same reason, and they're all friends usually. I mean,
I'm slowly getting pulled in. I have made a lot of friends in the scene who, I mean, even everybody on the show, I'm more so grateful to have them, because without you guys, I wouldn't really be anywhere. I'd kind of just be hanging out, talking to some cameras, just chilling. So, I mean, for you, would you say like your friends kind of like they were also that push, or was it just like something where you're just like, all right, fuck it?
Yeah, I definitely had some shitty friends that pushed me into it.
Yeah.
Influences, so that's for sure what it was. Hanging out with older guys and stuff, and you know, seeing how they got into the club without, you know, checking in line or nothing. You roll with them, you kind of aspire to be that way too. You know, when you're 15, you're pretty malleable, so.
So how then did you get your name?
My name? I don't know. Probably just partying or binging and brainstorming, and then came up somehow. Maybe somebody else came up with it. I don't really know.
I feel you. Yeah, man, I had to brainstorm and like binge think on way too much for this show. We were going to be called Weed Wars in the beginning, and it was terrible, and then we kind of like, we were like, no. So I kind of changed it. After 2 days, too, I came at him with like probably 200-300 names for the show. He's like, no, man. He's like, this is garbage. We worked together, too, me and my buddy, and it was every time he'd be like, this one, how about this one? No, just stop it. And then finally, the Potmen Chronicles became like a name, and he's like, all right. Which was, you know, it was an interesting time for like everybody, I guess, right? What would you say you were doing about a year ago?
Here's another question. How much marijuana was consumed in the making of that name?
A lot. We actually, we did our first 2 shows in a car.
Just put pot and cron and everything in one word.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, like, we kind of just were hotboxing my car and, you know, talking about everything. Thought like we just use our phones in the beginning, right? Like it would just be my phone sitting there for 30 minutes, just us blazing, talking about what people's anxieties, or like the way the world's been lately, or I mean like how equality and stuff. It was crazy. Like if we can ever find those videos, I will repost them, because we were high as fuck. Was it always EDM that you like were in, or as you said you did punk metal? So before that, what were your cultural roots? Was it like your mom and dad's music, like old school rock, or?
Of course, right? Who hasn't? Yeah, my mom is a musician too. She plays guitar and violin. My uncle's a crazy musician. He plays piano, fiddle, lots of folk music, blues and stuff. So every time we got together, there was always somebody playing, somebody singing, somebody doing something, right? And I think I started playing guitar at 4 or 5 years old.
Ah.
Kind of seriously by the time I was maybe 10 or 12, right? Taking lessons and all that stuff. And played guitar for a really long time. I was in a couple punk bands and all that as a teenager. Skater, you know, we'd play like ska and even got into some like grindcore and stuff like that. You know, and then you get into some of the industrial techno and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Started out liking all the hardest beats, fast beats, you know.
Yeah, 150 BPM.
Yeah, that's even kind of slow, you know. So
170 drum and bass, right?
So just kind of progress from there, and as you get older, you kind of mellow out. And,
Low up still. I mean, my hard style phase still.
oh yeah.
I love my shuffling.
Yeah,
Shuffle.
for sure. That was probably one of my first genres of music I really started spinning was hardstyle.
Yeah.
House.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you know, 7 or 8 years ago, or more than that even, it wasn't too popular around here or anywhere really, just kind of overseas. Play a lot of that, we get a lot of funny looks. You know, when people wanted to hear like progressive house and all that, we were on the other side of the spectrum playing that stuff. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, for me, I've just been getting back into the whole scene, and I've been learning a lot more about pretty much every genre, and I've been told that I should start either in hardstyle or drum and bass just to see how I like it, because I like really fast music and then slowly kind of like go through like a really heavy bass stage and then up through like a really mellow stage. So is that kind of what you did? And like you kind of like leveled out. Where would you say you leveled out at for your music theory?
Right now, well, I play a lot of house and breaks, more funky and wouldn't say mellow. It's not really mellow. It's just a different sound. You know, as you guys develop different stuff to make music with, your music changes. We always had drum and bass. There's drum and bass bands and stuff, right? So now with like the future house and bass house and stuff like that, when guys come up with new synthesizers and different stuff,
Yeah.
it kind of just progresses along as you mix one with a little bit from here, and you know what I mean? You kind of get new sounds. So to say that you're at one spot with it doesn't really make sense to me.
Ah.
I mean, I play everything from like Melbourne Bounce, which is a kind of a high energy house 4x4 beat, to trap.
Oh yeah.
Really staggered beat.
I've noticed trap is pretty big, and like a lot of I know a lot of artists that like to do trap. They say it kind of helps them think a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's all the hip hop scene just jumped straight over from it. I mean, they're directly correlated. So
Yeah.
you got all those kids that are that mental about hip hop and love that shit to come over to the electronic side. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess that's definitely one way to do it. I mean, you need to be able to promote yourself in all genres to be enjoyed in one, I guess.
I think that was a really big bridge to bring all those people over, because I know people that were all rap all the time. That we grew up like that, and now they're, you know, like all trap all the time.
That makes sense. I mean, there's always going to be a new revolution in music that's going to start to change or like create different thought process, right? Like, I mean, take acid rap, for example. That's my favorite genre of rap, and it's basically meant for you to just trip out. It's just meant for people to be really messed up and like make music and create, right?
It's a pretty big difference between kind of listening music and you know, dancing music.
That's true.
Partying music, you know. The reason why some promoters will put the guy with the chill set at 2:30, you know, is to bring his people down as they're on the way out, or if it's an overnight party. You always have like those gaps and the rhythm to it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a difference between, like, lots of people will not discern the two, but it's like you can make listening music. I can make a whole set that's meant for listening, or like the radio for people working out, or, you know, that might be a complete different set that I play live at the club. You know, depending.
So it's all in like transfer of energy. So what would you say your energy is like?
My energy, like a cartoon needle, like redlining.
All right.
You know, not sputtering. Lots of energy. Music is the energy, and that's you know, when you're in control of it, it's even better. You know, when you work really hard at your craft, and then you know when you're about to make a mix, or like if your brain's working good and you're really chugging along, and you can see it coming when it's already worked, and you kind of, that's why you see the DJs already like pre-reacting to a lot of stuff. because he knows, he's like, these people are having a good time now, but the way he's synced it up or whatever, like the way he's queued up his 2 songs, he knows what it's going to sound like. And that's, that gives you a lot of energy, man. Like, you don't even notice. You can play for 2 hours and come off, and it feels like 5 minutes or less.
Yeah. So, like, what would be your favorite show that you've played?
We just had it. It was, we played the Chinese New Year's down at Overtime.
Yeah?
With all that Asian crowd.
Oh, yeah?
Man, that was mental. Like,
was it?
Everyone was, like, laughing, and none of our friends would come to that. The place was packed front to back. People that were just spending an insane amount of money on drinks. We didn't pay for any drinks.
That's awesome.
There was fucking cakes flying everywhere. Strawberries all over the place.
Holy.
Yeah, man, and so I was just meant to open, and we were going to take it pretty easy for the night. Just that time of year, right? And I started playing, and people started pouring in really quick, and then the promoter said, like, he's like, no, keep going till 1. I was like, 10 till 1, man, like, that's a long time. 11:30, you know, like,
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, we just went ham, and that was probably the funnest show I've ever played.
Yeah?
Because we probably had the lowest expectation for it, right?
And then you had, like, the highest turnout.
It was just crazy. We had the best time of our lives. Like, when we're laughing on the way out the door, like, did you phone the cab? Yeah, no, we got it. We got a cab, don't worry. So you know it's a good night, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's awesome. That's amazing. I wish I could have been there for that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I would have had a blast.
Oh, yeah. No, it was super fun, and, you know, we didn't have a lot of expectation. It's kind of routine there when what happens there, but it's probably 3 times the amount of people we've ever seen, and then they were all in a great mood.
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect then, man. I mean, so that would be, like, your favorite all-time show? Do you have any, like...
Yeah, no, I'm going to go out there and say that was the best time ever I had.
Yeah. Do you have any, like, advice for people that you know, get worried about their show turnouts and, like, what they should do?
Well, regardless, if you get time on a club style setup to play your music, go down and do it. I mean, that's a perfect spot to go work it out. Whether it's you and your 3 buddies, like, of course we've all played those. You know what, my 2 buddies, what I send them out to do when there's no one else there, check my sounds. Walk the perimeter of the bar and tell me how it sounds, like, report back.
That's awesome.
Oh, okay, so that's what we'll do. Like, work your stuff out there. Because then when the big gig or whatever, you know, a gig comes along when there's going to be a lot of people, you've been working on your stuff, you're really tight.
So then, I guess it's like, it's nice to know that, like, there's a lot of emotion and, like, constant perfection towards the music that you're creating, right? I mean, as you said, even with 2 people, you still want to make sure that anything that you've done wrong you can correct, so that that's good, man. That's really great music theory. Like, it's really hard to find people that'll do that. Sometimes people can get really down. I've never really seen it in this scene, but, like, in the heavy metal scene, when people would start to, like, be late or they wouldn't show up to shows, like, my guitarist, he would get really upset, and he would only, like, he would play minor chords, so he'd be basically playing coarse in with our actual coarse guitarist. So our second lead is still playing, and it sounds like 1 guitar instead of 2. It sounds like shit. And then it's like, he is, dude. He's fucking. I've never seen someone sweep like him ever in my life. He, like, watched Squizgar Squigolf. It's like a show called Metalocalypse. He watched it once, and then, like, every day he just, like, yeah. He was a good guy.
Stuff out, man. That's the best thing you can do. Just hold your head up and go work it out. Trust me, like, practicing in your bedroom or your basement is nowhere near what you're getting into when you get up there. Like, the sound is completely different. The control's different. It's all different. It's the same equipment.
That's sick.
That's what you need to go out and work your stuff out.
Yeah.
So that when you do get somewhere where there's, you know, 20, 30 people there, you want to be on your best game so that, you know, you can progress and move up. You don't want to have a bad night out because you didn't prepare. Take those. They're free, man. Unless you have towers and subs.
Or, like, some PAs. Get kicked out really quick. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, that's actually really good advice. Like, it's always good to work your stuff out. Like, every time I do one of these shows, I try to work my stuff out, right? I mean,
New York.
Yeah.
Brown cow. You go to the bathroom? The show's starting.
That's brilliant. We should cut that in somehow.
It's the water on and off.
Would you say, like, do you ever, have a time where you just, like, listen to your old music? You just have to get away from your own music and you just sit down and you listen to, like, those old songs for, like, a day and you're like, oh.
Yeah. For sure, that's big for me. Old school punk and old rock and stuff that you grew up with. You gotta have, like, somewhere where you're drawing your creativity from, and if you like that first, I guess that's where you're drawing it from, right? So yeah, I'll listen to the old classic rock station on the phone or whatever and enjoy that. But still, like a lot of Canadian bands and stuff, so I still keep that in my repertoire and listen to all kinds of music.
Mm-hmm.
If you just listen to beats every single day,
you'll get sick of it.
You might actually go crazy.
Yeah.
I do it, most of the day though. I seem to be doing fine. Anymore, it's just probably too much.
Just at work? Hey, do you like this? Can't do it right now.
Sure, you're working on a song or something, and then you bring it, you loop it all night, and you're working it loop by loop and making different parts, and then you bring what you got to work with you, and you put that, 38 seconds, and by the time you get home, you just put it back on. It's like, it doesn't even have to be playing, and I can hear it,
Whoa.
Like, I'm changing it. Why is it the sound changing? Oh, it's not even actually playing. I could just still hear it.
That's definitely a work on constant perfection, man.
Well, anyone who's doing any kind of producing will tell you that, because you got to loop certain spots, and you just listen to the same shit over and over. Creating a song is actually one of the most unglorious things ever. It's like you hate your stuff. You get halfway through, and it's like, fuck all that work, and it's like sick, and then you listen to it once, it's like, I'm gonna puke, man. I can't listen to this anymore.
I see. So would you say sometimes like an outside opinion is good too? Do you ever go to like your friends and be like, hey, or even your wife too? Like. Yeah,
for sure. Her number one. You don't want to give it to your friends. Your friends are all artists. Here, listen to this. What do you think? And then boom, they got a track that sounds, pretty close.
Oh.
You always kind of keep your stuff to yourself when you're working on it, because you're protective of it, right? Like.
Yeah.
Most of my friends that are into music are, producing on some level or something. So. Not so much that. Maybe when you got a finished, track before you show other people, then
That's awesome. So how long have you been producing music?
Well, since I was 10.
10?
Well, right, on a guitar, the second
okay,
guitar,
okay.
Some music,
That's
right?
true.
That's producing music, right?
I never thought of it that way. That's actually a really good outlook.
Now we produce music, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Like, back in the 90s, we had, like, tape recorders, and we would sing it through.
Like, if you played in a metal, you probably had, 4 tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
That was how you did studio work. Each layer individually, and then layered over top.
Yeah. And usually we're like, oh, this sounds so good, and then we get to go back to it later. And we're like, playing at the show, we're like, this sounds good. Yeah. It's always a great time. Well, now that we know a little bit about you, how about you start with Green? When did you start with that?
Probably the same time as a teenager. Like everyone else.
Yeah?
It was just readily available, so we were doing it probably every day all through high school. And
Yeah.
then, working in trades and stuff, you can go 2 directions. You can take stuff that really fucks you up, or you can smoke a little grass and continue on and just keep working. For the record, that's the most weed I smoked in that all night. So I've been doing good.
Yeah, this is really good weed.
Yeah, I don't smoke a lot anymore, just for creativity. If I'm working on music, I'll do it. If I'm trying to go to sleep, I'll do it, or if I'm doing this, I'll do it.
So are you more so like, do you like your indicas or sativas?
Well, they're both good. I like the one for going to sleep when I'm going to sleep, and I like the other one for creativity, right?
Do you have any any favorites?
Shit. I'm so bad with this. Anything Kush, obviously. Can't remember the name of the stuff. Diamond Kush is really good. PA Kush.
I like my my NY Sour Diesel.
Anything Diesels.
Yeah.
Really good, right?
Oh yeah. Really uplifting.
I think that's probably when you're having those conversations. The name of the show is when you're smoking the diesel.
Probably. Actually, we were high on mushrooms, to be honest. And he's like, if you don't do this now, it'll never happen. I was like, we're doing it. There was so much determination too. We shot like the next weekend, and we set everything up at like 1 in the morning, which was great, absolutely great. But we didn't have to shoot till like 2 the next day. We didn't shoot till 4. Everything was just so hilarious. The whole setup, it was great. I had a blast. It was definitely one of the funnest things ever. And then the next time we had Modern Maestros on the show, it was a completely different take on like everything. It was so different.
Oh, so it was in between episodes that happened.
Yeah.
Enlightenment, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you prefer J's? Do you like your bongs, blunts, pipes? What are your tools?
Probably oil's the best.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like oil. Honey oil.
Do you usually do like, is it over a smoke? Do you like using your bongs?
Oh, I like all the little ways.
All right.
Yeah, build the little tower, and you can get creative with that.
Sweet, man. We're winding down, and before you leave the show, you get to pick from the the tower of power, I guess we could call it, with all the rigs. I'm gonna call it